Welcome back to the On the Pony Express podcast. Really excited to be joined by new SMU women's basketball edition, Jzaniya, Harriel. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Of course, you came to SMU from Stanford, arriving back to another ACC program.
Yes.
You just couldn't stay away from the league, could you?
Couldn't. I feel like this league is very guard heavy, and me being a guard, getting to play against like the best of the best in the country. How could I resist?
What was the recruiting process like? Because it just seemed like everything from Coach Barnes being hired to you kind of, I think you were one of the early ones. So
yeah. So for me, I'd say the whole process in general, it was a little hectic. As soon as I entered my name in the portal, calls immediately, like left and right, emails. And I was really trying to take my time, but obviously not too much time.
Right.
But, once I heard Coach Jzaniya talk about, what she's trying to build here and what she's trying to do with this program, I mean, she sold me, right away. So I think for me, she was just like, I'd really love to have you. I think you could really help this team. And she's really trying to take this program to new heights. And so I saw her vision. And immediately, I had to, call the other coaches and let them know. But I was like, I really have trust and faith in what she's doing here.
You've gotten to watch her kind of from afar, but up close, being a part of the league. What was that like? What was your impression of her teams when you got to face them?
They're always scrappy, aggressive, work very hard defensively and offensively. And I know her style of play is more pro-like. And so I think me being a senior, going into this next year, I knew I needed to find a program that would best fit my style of play, allow me to be effective on both sides of the ball, and, be a better tool for me to get to the next level, and I think she does just that.
Yeah, I spoke with her this morning, and she said, you do have those pro aspirations. You've been part of USA basketball. You've represented your country on big stages, and now in the ACC once again, you remain on that big stage. At SMU in Dallas, you're trying to start a program, back up and kind of revive it a little bit. Is there any fun in that, in a sense, like coming in and being that face of this rebuilding process?
Totally. I think it's a wonderful opportunity. I think there's so much fun in it, and just like I said, her vision and what she's trying to do here, I have total faith and confidence in it, and just ready to back her 100%.
Is it cool that the Wings are here and Paige Buckets is in town now?
Yeah,
all of that?
Definitely stop by and check out a game.
What is, from your perspective, women's basketball just seeing this huge resurgence? Of course, over the last few years. From your perspective, how cool is that to see the attention on women's basketball? That's getting?
It's awesome. As a player and someone who's a part of the sport, I know how much work goes into it, and how competitive it is, and how hard people work, and just it's a great sport to watch. I think, and once it did get that spotlight and that attention and people actually tuned in, it may not have been for the reasons we wanted to at first, but I feel like once they did get a chance to see, they're like, this is just as good as men. We just don't dunk as much, but the skill level, the talent, all that's still there. And so I think just seeing people finally give everyone in the sport recognition it's amazing to watch.
And for you and your teammates, getting that work that you talked about, that is a staple, of course, of women's basketball, and just how hard you guys are getting after it. You had your first team meal last night. Have you gotten on any workouts just yet here, or has it been acclimating and all of that?
Like me personally, I just got here Saturday.
Okay.
I know a few of the girls can say the same. Some may have gotten here a little earlier, but these first couple of days in this week, we're just doing all the little things, physicals, paperwork, all that. But I know later this week, I believe Wednesday, we will start our workouts, and I know we'll get after it. We have a great staff who is very motivated and committed to having a great year.
What are your impressions of Dallas, of SMU, just overall?
Did
Did you take a visit, or did you commit, or before?
I did take an official visit, so
Okay.
I committed before.
Okay.
But I still wanted to take my official visit to see what it was like. Yeah. And it's a beautiful campus around, and the area around is just beautiful. There's so much to do. Only thing that I'm gonna have to get a little used to is the humidity.
Yeah.
But other than that, I mean, I love it. It's a nice change of scenery for me.
As far as your skill set and what you're going to bring to SMU, just give a little background for folks that didn't get a chance to maybe watch you as much last year.
So me, I'd say the biggest hook is what most people would call it, is my three-point shot. I'd say I'm an excellent three-point shooter. I like to create for myself and for others. And I get after it on the defensive end. I think that's probably, it might not be what my hook is, because my three-point shot, I mean, everyone loves that.
Yeah.
But defensively, I just love to work hard and get after it, because if the other team's not scoring, you know,
that's
better
a big
chance
deal.
to win, yeah.
Well, and if you're getting stops, more
Yeah.
offensive possessions, more chances for you to get those three-point shots up. What did it mean to have that experience in a program as storied as Stanford, and get that? It's probably a lot of pressure, you know, and just learning to play with that and do all those things. Whereas now you come here and you guys are, as a team entirely, the new kids on the block, and you guys are looking to jumpstart this side of things.
I'd say my background at Stanford, I'd say I learned a lot. I became very resilient. I've been in just about every position, from being on scout team to being a starter and anything in between. So I think that helps me to step into a great leadership role here, and provide a lot of experience. And, you know, my freshman year, we went to the Final Four. Sophomore year, we went to the Sweet 16. So just being there and knowing what it takes to get there, and hopefully being able to give some of my wisdom to my teammates as well. And then just being the new kids on the block, it's fun. You know, the underdogs, you know, no one really expects much out of you. Yeah. But we all know what we're capable of doing, and I know we'll prove that when we get the opportunity to do so.
Awesome. Well, enjoy the summer in Dallas. Try to enjoy, you know, the weather. Yeah. It's usually nice. It's hot, but it's nice.
Be in the pool if I'm outside.
Yeah, there you go. Awesome. Yeah. Well, enjoy it, and all the hard work ahead. Best of luck, and we look forward to chatting with you again soon.
Thank you.